The sight of a thriving garden, overflowing with fresh vegetables and vibrant blooms, has a magic of its own. It's more than just plants in soil, it's a living canvas, a personal sanctuary, and, for many, a source of pure joy. But here's the truth most new gardeners discover the hard way: the secret to an abundant garden often lies not in expensive tools or rare seeds, but in how you create the space itself. Raised bed gardening is one of those timeless, foolproof approaches that transforms ordinary yards into lush, productive oases. And the best part? You can build one yourself, tailored perfectly to your style, budget, and needs. Think of a raised bed as the foundation for success, literally lifting your plants into a space where they can thrive. With better drainage, healthier soil, and easier access for tending, you're setting up a miniature ecosystem designed for growth. This isn't just about convenience, it's about creating a system that works with nature, not against it. Whether you dream of a tidy kitchen garden by your back door or a row of vibrant raised beds bursting with seasonal harvests, the process is far more rewarding than you might think. Many people assume building a raised bed is complicated, something only skilled carpenters or seasoned gardeners can do. In reality, it's a surprisingly straightforward project, one that can be completed in a weekend, often with affordable materials you might already have at home. All it takes is a vision, a few basic tools, and the willingness to create something beautiful and useful with your own hands. By the time your first seedlings take root, you'll feel a deep satisfaction knowing you built the very place they call home. Before we start cutting wood or pouring soil, there's one crucial decision to make: location. The right spot can make the difference between a garden that struggles and one that flourishes. Look for a place with at least 6 to 8 hours of sunlight, level ground, and easy access to water. This is where you'll spend time tending, harvesting, and admiring your work, so choose somewhere that feels good to be in, not just a random corner of the yard. Next comes the fun part: choosing your design and materials. Raised beds can be as simple as 4 planks of untreated wood screwed together or as elaborate as stone, brick, or even corrugated metal structures. Wood is by far the most popular choice for its warmth and natural look, but always make sure it's safe for gardening. Avoid anything treated with chemicals that could leach into your soil. Cedar and redwood are excellent for their durability and resistance to rot, though pine works well for those on a budget. Once you've chosen your material, the size and shape come into play. A standard recommendation is to keep your bed about 4 feet wide, so you can comfortably reach the center from either side without stepping on the soil. The length can vary, 8 feet is common, but think about your space and how it will fit aesthetically. Height matters too. 12 to 18 inches deep is ideal for most vegetables, but you can go taller for ease of access or if your soil underneath is poor. Construction is where your vision begins to take physical form. Start by cutting your boards to size, then secure them together with corner brackets or screws. Make sure your corners are square. It's a small detail that keeps your bed sturdy and visually pleasing. Once the frame is built, place it in your chosen location, checking that it sits level. If your ground isn't perfectly flat, dig out or add soil underneath to adjust. Before filling, consider placing a layer of cardboard or landscaping fabric at the bottom to help suppress weeds while still allowing drainage. Then comes the most important ingredient: soil. This is where raised beds truly shine, as you're no longer limited by the quality of your yard's natural dirt. The ideal mix is 1/3 topsoil, 1/3 compost, and 1/3 coarse sand or perlite for drainage. This combination provides a rich, fluffy medium where roots can stretch freely and plants can access the nutrients they need. Now, your raised bed is ready for planting. The beauty of this setup is that you can organize your garden exactly as you wish: rows of lettuce, clusters of herbs, towering tomato plants in the center, or even companion planting combinations that naturally support each other's growth. Because the soil is loose and nutrient-rich, plants tend to grow faster and healthier, and you'll likely notice fewer problems with pests and disease. Maintenance is refreshingly easy. With weeds minimized and soil at a comfortable height, tending to your garden becomes less of a chore and more of a joy. Watering is more efficient, as moisture is better retained in quality soil mixes, though raised beds may require slightly more frequent watering in the heat of summer. Over time, you can replenish nutrients with compost or organic fertilizers, keeping your garden thriving season after season. One of the unexpected joys of raised bed gardening is how adaptable it is to any lifestyle or space. In small urban yards, a single raised bed can transform a barren patch into a lush green retreat. In larger suburban gardens, multiple beds can be arranged in creative patterns, straight lines, geometric shapes, or even circular layouts, for both beauty and productivity. And if mobility is an issue, you can build them taller, even at waist height, to make gardening accessible for everyone. There's also the creative element. Some gardeners paint or stain their wooden frames for a pop of color. Others add trellises for climbing plants, turning their raised beds into vertical gardens. You can edge them with flowers for a charming border, or install simple irrigation systems for convenience. Each choice you make adds a personal touch, transforming a basic structure into a reflection of your own style. And while the first year is always exciting, raised beds only get better with time. As you improve your soil year after year, your plants will reward you with bigger harvests and richer flavors. You'll find yourself experimenting, growing new vegetables, trying out different layouts, even extending your season with cold frames or covers. What begins as a DIY weekend project can grow into a lasting passion, something you look forward to every season. But perhaps the most rewarding part of all is the connection it fosters, with the earth, with your food, and with yourself. Watching tiny seeds sprout into vibrant, healthy plants under your care is a reminder of life's simple but profound cycles. It's a daily practice in patience, attention, and appreciation. And it all starts with a few boards, some good soil, and the decision to create something of your own. So, if you've been thinking about starting a garden or upgrading your current one, a DIY raised bed is more than just a practical choice. It's an investment in your home, your health, and your happiness. It's a chance to create a space that not only feeds your body but nourishes your spirit. And every time you step outside and see it thriving, you'll be glad you took that first step. By now, you might already be picturing where your raised bed will go, what you'll plant, and how it will look by the end of the season. That vision is your starting point. Gather your tools, choose your materials, and make it happen. Because in a few months, when you're picking fresh basil for your pasta or harvesting sun-warmed tomatoes, you'll remember this moment, the day you decided to turn your gardening dreams into reality.